Somebody said, say something nice about each other's character. Like, Travis, say something nice about Ed. And I don't know what he said, but I was thinking, oh, what can I say? And they're like, hey, say something, as Ed, say something nice about Colonel Mustang. And so I said that line, and then at the end I put a little dig about the miniskirt as a way of making fun. Like, he would wear a miniskirt, you know? That would just be gross. And his hairy, bony legs. And then, like, all of these fans, like thought that I was saying how hot Mustang was. No, that's not what I was saying at all.
But
I was making fun of him, all right?
There are inevitable yellow fans in the crowd.
Me?
Yes.
My fiance has something she wants to give you, and she's very embarrassed.
Uh-oh. Don't be embarrassed. What's your name? Amy. Well, thank you. You're what?
I'm Bill.
Hey, Bill. Nice to meet you guys.
Hi, Bill.
What is it? Does it tick? Come here. Who's got another question? Let's keep it rolling. Yes, right here.
I have a question. It might sound kind of strange, but which of your characters that you've voiced do you have a hard time listening to for any reason?
Hard time listening to.
Hurts when he's drunk.
Well, hurts when he's drunk. You know what's funny, you guys? Can I tell you something about that scene when Sosuke comes in?
That's wonderful.
Right? Or no, when he comes in and Sosuke's got the gun and stuff.
Yeah.
I've never been drunk a day in my life. Never. I mean it. I've never been drunk, and I don't even know what beer tastes like. I mean, I don't do that. But when we get to that scene, I'm like, okay, we have a problem. I told the director, we have a problem. I have no experience to draw from here at all. If I do this, it's going to sound funny. I mean, it's going to be, you know what I mean? It's going to be a stereotypical kind of a drunk. It's going to be like, hey, please, Sergeant Weber. So he's like, yeah, do that. It'll be fun. And so I was scared to death when that DVD was released. I'm like, I'm going to take so much garbage talk from people. Like, I didn't believe he was drunk at all. That was stupid. But you know, it was more funny than anything. So I was really scared when I did that scene. But in answer to the question, which was, that was something about character.
Character you have a hard time listening to.
Hard time listening to. You know what? Broly is really hard to listen to. No, really, because there were things recorded. I actually remember the ripping feeling when I did certain lines. Like there was one power-up he was doing. You guys go back to movie 8 and listen for it. There was one power-up he's doing, and you know how he's and then all of a sudden his hair changes and there's like a flash in it, and my voice actually like broke and. I mean, right in the middle of the yell. And I mean, I can't listen to it without cringing. I haven't heard it in years, and I don't intend to hear it in many more years. And there are also lines that Ed does. There are also lines that I did as Ed that I didn't like the way they came out. I'm really very much of a perfectionist, as you know, I'm sure a lot of you are too. And there would be times when I would do a line, and the director would go, "That's great, let's go to the next line." And I would be like, "Can I do it again?" I'm like, "Well, it was fine. I have something in my head. I just want to try to capture it. This is my only chance, you know? I mean, 50 years from now, that's always going to sound the same." So I had that one chance, right? And then it's locked in. So I would really, there were certain lines even when I did them and I thought, I hate the way that sounds. And the director would be like, "No, we got to keep going." So then when it would air and I would hear it like, I wish you could do that better. But yeah, there are those things. I think any actor, their characters and performances that they cringe at hearing. Yes.
Does acting in video games and acting in anime differ at all?
That's a great question. Actually, video games are easier in one sense. They're easier in that you don't have to match the mouth movements of the characters. Which, believe it or not, is a very difficult thing to do. Especially to do it and sound natural. It's one thing to go, "No, you are not going that way." As opposed to, "No, you're not going that way." You know what I mean? And to make it match and still sound natural is the tricky part. So they're easier in that sense. But they're harder in that you have millions of in-game fighting noises. Pages and pages of fighting. You know, little punch, 3 times. Everything on the page, 3 times. So the first line, little punch, medium punch, big punch, getting it in the stomach, big hit in the stomach, little kick, big kick, medium kick, little yell, and you got it, and you go this quick, and you're like, and you make these three little noises, and then they use them so that it doesn't sound the same. You know, every time you punch, ha, ha, ha. Nobody wants that, right? Yeah.
What was your favorite scene of all?
That would be like asking my favorite character. I mean, that show has so many amazing moments. My favorite moments, and I've said this before, and I apologize to all of you if you've heard these answers on YouTube. The truth is the truth, you know what I mean? Every time somebody asks me that question, I'm going to answer the same way because that's the truth. My favorite moments in Full Metal were the moments between the brothers. The quiet, more vulnerable moments of Ed. Because he was, you know, he was a little scrappy punk, you know, and he was always up in the face of anybody in charge, you know what I mean? And he was, I think he felt like he had to be tough to make up for some challenges. But I loved the moments when he wasn't that person. He didn't have to put on that air. When he was alone with his brother. And those were my favorite scenes. And the first one of those that I remember, and I've done it, so I'm not going to do it because I've done it online, and I mean, it's on YouTube, and I don't want to bore you with it, but the scene at the end of the episode with Barry the Chopper was the very first time when Ed really thought he was going to be killed, and he's talking to Al on the steps at the end of that. I love that monologue. And, it's got chills. I loved it because it was the first moment that I really locked in with the character. A lot of people are like, did you cry when Nina died? And I was like, you know what? No. I'm sorry to say, because I was not yet invested